Meghan and Harry speak out serious harms pandemic misinformation on Spotify. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex join a growing list of public figures who are calling on Spotify to address pandemic misinformation on the streaming platform. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle are expressing their concerns over misinformation tied to the pandemic and its place on Spotify, shortly after Neil Young pulled his music from the streaming service due to inaccuracies about pandemic. Harry and Meghan are now calling on Spotify to address the serious harms of misinformation featured on the platform. The couple, who has an exclusive multi-year podcast deal with Spotify, first contacted the company to express concerns about the all-too-real consequences of pandemic misinformation on its platform in April 2021. A spokesperson for their foundation Markle said Sunday, "Since the inception of Markle, we have worked to address the real-time global misinformation crisis. Hundreds of millions of people are affected by the serious harms of rampant mis and disinformation every day," the statement began. Last April, our co-founders began expressing concerns to our partners at Spotify about the all-too-real consequences of pandemic misinformation on its platform, the statement added. "We have continued to express our concerns to Spotify to ensure changes to its platform are made to help address this public health crisis. We look to Spotify to meet this moment and are committed to continuing our work together as it does," the statement concluded. Back in December 2020, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex announced a multi-year partnership between Spotify and their production company Markle Audio. With the partnership, the pair will host and produce original podcasts, all with a goal to build community through shared experience, narratives and values, according to a press release. "What we love about podcasting is that it reminds all of us to take a moment and to really listen, to connect to one another without distraction," Harry and Meghan said in a joint statement at the time. "With the challenges of 2020, there has never been a more important time to do so. Because when we hear each other, and hear each other's stories, we are reminded of how interconnected we all are," they added. Prince Harry and Meghan's call to action comes about after Young and Joni Mitchell each removed their music catalogs from Spotify. Their decisions to do so came about tied to misinformation about pandemic that was featured on Joe Rogan's podcast, The Joe Rogan Experience. Alongside Mitchell's statement on her website that she would be removing her music, the singer also linked to an open letter to Spotify in her post, which was signed by doctors and medical professionals. The letter claims that the Joe Rogan Experience, Spotify's top podcast, promotes baseless conspiracy theories and has a concerning history of broadcasting misinformation, particularly regarding the pandemic. Young also shared a letter on his website calling out Rogan's podcast. He wrote, "In part, most of the listeners hearing the unfactual, misleading, and false pandemic information on Spotify are 24 years old, impressionable and easy to swing to the wrong side of the truth." He added, "These young people believe Spotify would never present grossly unfactual information. They unfortunately are wrong. I knew I had to try to point that out." Newsweek reported that the Joe Rogan Experience sees an estimated 11 million people tune in for each episode, though Spotify has not officially revealed exactly how many users subscribe to the podcast overall. Spotify reportedly paid about $100 million to acquire the Joe Rogan Experience, according to the Los Angeles Times. The Duke and Duchess have continued to express our concerns to the platform. Harry and Meghan are just the latest to raise concerns about Spotify. Earlier this week, rocker Neil Young removed his music from the platform over misinformation. "They can have Rogan or Young, not both," Young wrote, specifically referencing the podcaster Joe Rogan. Rogan has a history of sharing false claims on his program, and on his The 31st of December podcast gave a platform to Dr. Robert Malone, who is a vaccine skeptic. Fellow musicians Joni Mitchell and Nils Lofgren quickly followed Young's lead. Notably, Mitchell and Young are both polio survivors. Amid the controversy, podcaster Brené Brown also shared that she will stop releasing podcasts until further notice. She did not specify the reason. "I will not be releasing any podcasts until further notice. To our Unlocking Us and Dorito lead communities, I'm sorry and I'll let you know if and when that changes," she wrote on Twitter. "Stay awkward, brave, and kind. Throughout the pandemic, Joe Rogan has repeatedly spread misleading and false claims on his podcast, provoking distrust in science and medicine. He has discouraged vaccination in young people and children, incorrectly claimed that mRNA vaccines are gene therapy, promoted off-label use of ivermectin to treat pandemic, and spread a number of unsubstantiated conspiracy theories. This is not only a scientific or medical concern, it is a sociological issue of devastating proportions. And Spotify is responsible for allowing this activity to thrive on its platform. Thank you for watching. If you like our video, would you please help us like, share and subscribe our channel. Wish you happy to see our videos. Thank you very much.